shoulders back, and kida. This week we have been working on shadow boxing, so we're just going to kind of continue with that and start here. So let's do it, okay? Remember, I don't want to be intimidated by shadow boxing. Shadow boxing is all about me, what I need to work on. So first thing I want to do is just make sure that I'm really loose. Okay, so I'm loose. I'm keeping my hands up. I'm starting to work my movement, north, south, east, and west, making sure that this is how I move. I don't move any other way. I never step across. I never do stupid stuff. I'm just always in control, always have good posture. Okay, so remember the other different movements I work. For instance, V-steps, little stutter step to the left or to the right. Let's work my pivots every way. I'm always thinking, not just boxing. Remember, we're shadow fighting, right? So people could be coming in towards my legs. Whoa, here. I'm getting that out, getting my arm stop structure up. Whoa, here. My high covers. My parries. Whoa. Whoa, my box. Whoa. Okay, so already starting to feel the heartbeat. Okay, so I'm just continuing on. Going to start with just my front side. I'm right-handed. That's my left. So we say work the jab, work the number one punch, but as we have mentioned, I don't mind mixing that up. It could be anything. It could be kind of an outside jab, inside. Doesn't really matter. Could be down low. Any of those, just kind of working. Remember my steps. How close am I to the target? Today, Bob has graciously volunteered to be here, so I will use him as a reference sometimes, and sometimes use the camera as a reference. So what we're talking about is I'm in here, and bottom line is I'm out of range. If I were here, I don't need to do anything except drive. Boom, just drive it in there. But just a half a step back, that's not going to get it. Okay. So I'm out of range. My half step, remember the back foot stays here, and I just step in. I step in to strike. I'm still in control. This is not a big lean. I am not nose past my toes. I'm not that way. I'm just stepping into it. This is an advancing strike. In the early days, I really want to almost time the driving of my foot down. Boom, with that strike, and that helps. Okay, if I'm even further, I could take a full step. Here, okay? Okay, what if I was even further away? I might have to take a full step and then a half step. Okay, so all of these can kind of work together. Whoa. All right, so I'm doing this to the air. Ready? Here we go. Certainly use me as a reference if you like. Okay, I'm going to be in front of the camera, and I want you to choose a straight, kind of go around the corner or down low, and I want you to choose that for the next 30 seconds based on what I do with my hands, okay? So I'm in here, boom, okay? I'm right here, go around the side, get the jab in there. I'm up, I'm standing tall, head up, down low. Good, just do that for about 30 seconds. You decide. Okay, now those were very simple. Using the jab, going around, going down low. Remember, it's never a bad idea to record yourself. See what you're doing with this other hand, okay? When I throw this out, am I dropping it? A lot of times you do that and you don't even realize it. All right, so I'm just continuing on just with my jab. Now I'm gonna add the number 2. Again, getting that really good feeling of what creates power here and driving that kinetic energy. Am I getting the kinetic energy? Am I getting the hip, getting the shoulder? Am I striking with the 2 knuckles that I need to? For the most part, when I throw straights, I want the elbows down. That's another good thing to film yourself. Find out if you're doing this. Not that you can't throw them like that. You can later on. But for the most part, this will be faster and it'll be stronger in the early days. Good, so I'm gonna start mixing in my other. We'll go ahead and start with the left, right, left, or right, left, right, mostly just left, right, left. So I'm gonna start just with the 1, 2, 3. And remember, I'll be moving in and out. Head movement, slips, holds, fakes. Just always okay to improvise, add other things on. Good. Let's start with the more unique uppercut. Remember that the uppercut creates power one of 2 different ways. One is lower my level, drive up, bring it up. The other way is kind of a modified hook where it's about transfer the weight, but I'm going up. Good, so I'm gonna throw a 5, 2, and a 3. 5, 2, 3, here we go. Add some movement. Good, let's start with the 5, then bring it back. Let's throw the 3. So we're going with a left, left, right. Time. Good. Take a moment, rest up. While you're resting up, another way that you can work shadow boxing is to think of maybe favorite combos or just combos that you need to work on and just drill them, drill them, drill them, drill them. As I was thinking about shadow boxing, I was pulling up just to see what other, great coaches like myself, other great coaches say about shadow boxing. And I'm telling you what, you go to a boxing gym and they're gonna make you do 4-minute rounds with nothing but the jab. Okay, so you only have two two weapons, so you're gonna work the heck out of those weapons. So you can't work these things too much. Okay. All right. So one of the combos that I really like, it starts and it's simply called a double jab cross. That's where I throw two number one punches and then follow up with a number two punch. From here, however, that is not really how I want to do this. This is early practice. Jab, jab, boom. I'm working on the recoil and the rechambering of that jab. Because maybe it's snap, snap, or maybe it's snap, bring it back, snap, even more, you know, depending on how much chambering I want to get. However, that is the kind of jab, jab, cross that he would expect. This 1-1-2, what I end up doing, what I want to do, is I want to drive into him very, very quickly, and I want him to give me a response. When we spar, this happens all the time. It's very, very difficult for you not to respond when someone drives in, okay? So even though this may be my standard jab, boom, here, I'm still in the same place. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is this little twirly thing. I'm going to circle, but every time I circle, I'm actually getting closer. So technically, if I did this perfectly, by the time I did two movements, I'm literally too close to even punching. Maybe I should elbow him, or headbutt him, or knee him, or some other close range strike. But that's the idea, okay? So that's what I'm gonna start doing here. I'm going to, using Bob as a reference here, I'm going to throw two jabs as I circle towards my front leg side, very, very close. Not just circle, but circle and get closer, like water going down a drain, right? So it's gonna look like this. Making sure no extra steps. Boom, boom. Okay, boom, boom. Other hand definitely protecting here. This is great, because not only am I throwing strikes, but if he throws something, I'm getting offline at the same time. My last strike, if I do have a target that I'm hitting towards, then I can just send it across the front, or, you know, if I want to, if I'm wearing a glove, just in here, or go all the way around. I do need to work on that transition of being here, planting my foot, and really getting that hip around. Make sure I don't do anything that looks like this, and leave the hip back, okay? All right, so let's just do that. Do that for about 40 seconds. Here we go. I'm gonna leave Bob here and let you use him as a reference. Step to the side. Oh, his hands are up. Boom. Improvise. Boom, boom. You mean I don't have to throw two? No. If I throw one and his hands went like that, I'm gonna hit him in the gut, okay? When you know the lines to the play, you can improvise at any time. All right, double jab, boosh. All right, let's, if you've heard me talk about this combo before, you know that the reason that it works is that no matter what he does, I win, okay? I'm gonna put his response into two categories. I want you to think of me as your target and you circle around. So if you circled around, then you will end up over here if I do nothing. If you just circle around and I go, whoa, and bring my hands up, you should end up just like I end up with Bob right here. Now, what options do I have here? I'm in close range and he is to, I am to his side. Why? Because I moved, or maybe he moved. Maybe when he took that first jab, he went, oh gosh, and bladed his body. I don't know. I don't really care how I got there. I just care that at this moment in time, this is my orientation. Either, we'll put it very simply, either he's still square or I'm to the side. That's one option, right? That's one aspect, one variable. Am I here or am I here? The second one is going to be, am I close? Am I kind of close? Or am I a little further away? Okay? All right, let's say my standard 1-1-2 is jab, jab. He's right there. Why not? Boom! Drive it in here. What if he not only huddles up, but he kind of drives in a little bit? Whoa, whoa! Or I did such a good job, so now he's here. All right? So again, we're talking about shadow boxing. So what I would have is this. I could take this elbow and drive it right here. I could grab the head and drive my head into it. Any of those work, okay? All right, so I want you to think, here I am, throwing this 1-1. Oh my gosh. All of these are possible. Okay, so again, I'm to the side. I'm very, very close. However, what if his hands were all up here? And I really don't have access to this. I'm going to lower my level. Big hook to the body. Looking for kidneys, solar plexus, up into the ribs. Okay? So I've thrown my jab, jab. Oh my gosh, it's so busy up here. I'm going down here. Now, for this one, all I'm doing, abs, lowering my level, protecting myself, and letting this transfer weight happen. Boom, right into the solar plexus, okay? Doing that for 20 seconds. Ready to go. Oh, he put his hands up already. I don't have to wait. Whoa, whoa. Good. Alternate between those two. So with a target, use your imagination. Use your imagination. Good, and time. Take about 15 seconds. Shake it out. All right, so we said we're shadow boxing. We're using our imagination. We're getting a great workout. We're imagining these situations. Boom, I end up here. This orientation. I was close. Now, most of the strikes that I throw here, boom, are also available. This kind of medium range, right? Maybe I need to step into it, or better yet, V-step into it. Boom! Drive it in here. But if I get a little further back, I don't know about that. And how did I get here? Probably not because of my movement, because I was circling in. But as I circled in, he went, whoa, stepped back, and he created some space. So that's what I'm imagining, is that I threw this double jab, And for whatever reason, however I got there, it doesn't matter. All that matters is this is his orientation and this is the range. Boom! Okay? His hands are up. I don't have anything up here, although I can make sure his hands stay up by faking it. And man, I am just taking the lower part of that shin, rotating that hip. Boom! Big pop. Now, if he's leaning over, maybe I don't have to do it so laterally. Maybe I just drive straight up. He's leaning like this, right? So let's do about 20 seconds of that, right? Back, side, boom. Be careful about overextending your leg. Boom, boom. Good, keep it up, keep it up. Just checking my equipment, making sure everything's working. Good, and time. Great. All right, let's take those same ones and let's say instead of me being able to get over here to where you're at this orientation, that for some reason, he turned in and now we are still square. Could that happen? Sure. You're rotating, you're circling around, you hit me, this back foot turns, and now we're still square, even though you went 90 degrees different than where you were. So the way that I set that up, if I am using a bob, is I start over here, right? Boom, boom, and here I am, okay? So I'm using my imagination for that. They're square, I see them. I see this orientation, and my range could be different, okay? So, close range, I guess you could say I still have a headbutt or an elbow. It's a little more precarious because I'm not outside the elbows, okay? But I certainly have just a straight punch. So I'm here, using my imagination. Oh, his hands are coming up. So, frontward orientation, short to medium range, boom, boom. Lower my level, bam, right into the solar plexus. Could be one of two. Lower my level, throw it out, or lower my level and advance in with a V-step. Boom. I tell you what though, when I lower my level, you better believe this hand is going right here. I don't even really want it here because right here, somebody could still punch me in the face. I put it in front of me and go down, okay? All right, so that's what we're doing. We're throwing the one, hands are coming up, but they're still square, boom. Static, boom. Advancing, boom. V-step, rush. Okay, here we go. Rush, rush, whoa, whoa, whoa. Good, and time, shake it up. All right, what if I do that? Oh my gosh, double jab, boom. He took a big step back, so I'm now, again, orientation is here. I could do that whole full step with a half step, get in there, but, boom, why not this? Or, take the ball on the foot, boom, Bring it up in there, boom, into the groin, or simply stomp. Even my front leg, I could use that if you're comfortable with it. All right, so again, orientation is square up to me, but I'm kind of long range. That's not a lot for me. So I'm throwing a kick when I see them move back. So again, compare the two different things that we did. I throw this double jab, he's further away, but he's to the side, boom, round kick. He's facing me, stomp kick, right? Offensive front kick. Good. Right now, offensive front kick. Here we go. 20 seconds. There, you want to get away, get away. Boom, boom. Whoa. Why not? He's out laying like this, his legs right there. I bring it up, boom! Crush into that knee. Heck yeah. Good. Let's alternate between, oh, he's bladed, so I throw the rising kick laterally, round kick, or I throw a stomp forward. Let's just alternate between those two. Now, alternatively, let's do a few more of those. I only did two. Good. All right, so alternatively, I'm not this far, but I'm pretty close. Remember, I actually like this one for if I can't figure out what else to do. If they're close enough to me to grab, then I want to grab them. Now, this is grabbing, and I want to grab them and drive them into my knee. So I grab them and I pull them as hard as I can. At the same time, I'm taking this knee up, and whether it's rising or stabbing, they are going to get skewered on this. Boom, boom. Yes! That's a lot of power in there. Boom, because you're doubling your efforts. Whatever you have up here, boom! Driving it right in there. Here we go. And again. That's so close. Now, when I grab, you can keep doing this, just watch. When I grab, I don't want to just grab where they are. Because if he moves back just 3 inches, I end up right here. Boom, boom. Oh, shucks. That stinks. Now, of course, I can throw other strikes, but I prefer, man, this is a great place to be. So I don't grab where he is, I grab where he potentially could be. So instead of this, I go all the way to here, all right? This, and then I bring it back, right? That way, even if he goes, whoa, like that, my hands are not gonna slip off, hopefully, okay? All right, 20 seconds of those, here we go. And time. Give me 1 second. Let me check our equipment here. Excellent, good, and great. All right, we're going to stop it there and continue it with a part 2, okay? So, shoulder back, and